Hey, what's up everyone? Aubrey Trades here, and welcome to another weekly trade recap. Finally got the apartment back to myself, so getting back to the regularly scheduled programming. We're ending the week about $105, a little over that, which is really great because in the day trading account I mentioned how we scaled back down into that $5 risk, which means this is 21 times my risk up on the week, considering too that this was crazy stressful. I had a lot of drama going on in my life, and the fact that my strategy and the little alterations I made still worked regardless is hugely encouraging. So we got one more week left in the month to see how things go. If I get a green month out of this for January, I'm bumping my risk up either $7 or $10, and we're going to keep doing that, and every 30 days we're going to risk up a little bit more. So with that said, let's go over some of the biggest trades and the biggest losers, biggest winners and losers. We can see a little bit in the journal view how things went on an intraday P&L basis, Thursday being kind of rough with a nice ending. Wednesday kind of being real choppy, at one point just giving everything back, only to end at the highs of the day, which was super encouraging. And then Tuesday and Monday were just I slayed it. Look at this nice little dip in the P&L, boom. This is the goal for every day, or even like this nice little dip, boom. Those are what I like to see happen. And there's many mistakes that were made, and so the fact that the system worked despite user error is hugely encouraging. So we'll go through some of the biggest winners. Maybe we go back into the trades view. You can see here the top winners. We'll go over BFRI first, which was on December 21st. This was the big breakout day on the daily. We can see here we have this initial run up here into the 10s, and then we kind of hung around some, and I called this out on the Sunday night watch list. This was really awesome. Congrats anyone that nailed it. I did a pretty decent job at this one, and we even had a nice third day surge opportunity a couple days later. I'll show you how this worked, and I'll go over some of the alterations that I've made into my strategy here. Basically, anything that's a top runner that has potential and room to run, when it turns around in those first couple of minutes, I'm going to buy and size in for low of day. That's it. Literally, that is it. All the strong runners, $5 risk on low of day, and then I just sit on my hands and I let it play out. That's exactly what happened here. I took a $5 risk here on low of day, added another $5 risk once it broke the opening range, and then just let it work, held through the halt. And then when we started kind of falling back down here, I took my exit and then scalped another piece here, which would have been risking these lows, and then scalped another piece here for a nice $56 winner. So that was that one. And then next biggest one was about a $30 win on ENSC, which was on Thursday the 23rd. This had a random run out of nowhere on the 22nd. Just boom, just halt fest all the way. I took some unnecessary losses on this one in pre-market on Thursday, and I'll show you why. ENSC. We're going over in the trader view because for some reason show trades isn't really working on Thinkorswim right now, and I'm kind of wondering if it's because it's Christmas or something. I don't know. But anyway, so ENSC has this crazy day, spikes pre-market, hits that 650 resistance line that I had drawn, and I tried playing this in pre for the continuation and took like a $7 loss on this here. So that kind of is a little part of the reason why I did a little over trading pre-market in the beginning of Thursday, which is why that P&L curve looked so weird. But once this was hanging around in the afternoon and it clocked this higher low here and it looked like it was going to get back into the sixes, we'll get back into the trader view, I took my long right around here. As it broke 6, sold 630, and then tried to get back in for the break of 650, but since there's a little bit of a lag on Thinkorswim, my buy, I got skipped up and got executed at like almost 670, which was annoying. But I held on. I knew my risk was 650 at that point, and on the daily chart, this had a lot of room to run. So if we go into this daily chart, we could have seen potentially the 9s, right? If it was going to get really stupid. So I was okay with that. But I ended up getting my sell-off in the 680s, 690s, partially because of how the day was going. I had such a big drawdown in the first half of the day, so I was just like, wanted to take my nice safe profits. It's also why I split this trade up into 2, as opposed to just holding through the whole time. So I knew I wasn't quite on my game, so I wasn't gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak. Just as well though, because it failed just utterly, completely, like within a few minutes. You could have gotten this dip here in the 640s to sell into the 70s, but I don't know. Seems a little dubious. I'm very happy with my sell there, and this just crashed so much. Going back into the trades, next one we got SOPA for $28. This was on the 20th, and this was I'm very, very proud of how this one went. So this was an opening range break play, hanging around. Had this spike, had this sell off. Nothing crazy. It's not like a dip and rip, which makes me feel a little bit more comfortable getting in early. So I waited, those first 5 minutes. Bought the opening range break and sized in $5 risk for this low of day here, which people are like, oh, that's you don't get enough size, blah, 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 blah. But like, what does it matter when the thing goes to 850, So I held through 3 halts. After the third halt started to dip, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take it, I'm going to take the profit. We're getting really extended. And we ended up getting way more out of this move. This thing went to like 1350s by midday. So, am I mad at the sell? Of course not, especially considering how early I got in. I could have maybe tried buying the range break here for this run, but at that point, I don't know. I was just kind of like, I was just happy to have such a nice win, right? Final one is going to be BFRI on the 23rd. So this was the third day surge idea. This one was really, really frustrating because, so we had this move here, boom, 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 boom. I bought initially in the morning because it was holding up, and I thought, let me get in, I'll risk low a day for the morning play. And I ended up getting stopped out on that morning play, which was super frustrating. But then when it started to come back and it reclaimed this 12 level, which the 12 level was the breakout level right around here. This is when it really opened up and hit the 14. So when we started reclaiming this range, that I knew that it had the potential to hit the 14s again, so I hit it. I took a little bit of an early loss here on this, whatever, but then on the recovery, hit it, and then just sold into pieces on this move into the 13s. Because it was moving weird that day, I wasn't so confident that it was going to retest the 14, so I just took the easy win as I could. It could have been much better, but again, considering this was Thursday, considering what my intraday P&L was on Thursday, down $20 before I started getting green. Again, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I had the opportunity. I got green by almost 4R, so I was gonna take it. Same with this, on Wednesday, just really, really struggling, even like cutting all my wins down, and then at the very end of the day, getting the opportunity to get green again. So, I couldn't be mad at that at all. So that's it for the day trading account. We'll look at some of the losers real quick. Biggest losers on ENSC, SOPA, MobQ. But none of these are anything I can be mad about. I mean, this was just me adhering to the strategy. Well, ENSC was my pre-market trade I told you about that didn't work out. So that was an overtrading sort of thing. And I, maybe shouldn't have taken, I took 2 shots at it. So, should I have taken the second shot? Nah. But SOPA, this was me buying the bullish development, risking low a day on it, and me getting stopped out a low a day. Like, could I have taken the quick $2 a share win here? Sure. But when on the daily, it has room to test 30, I was going to hold for that. So I ended up taking that loss. Not mad at that at all. MobQ, another one. This was gapping up in the pre-market. Nice, gap to fill here in the 6s. And I took my buy when it broke the range. I was late to the party, but still I sized in for low of day, and that's where I ended up getting stopped out. So can't be, I can't be that mad at it. So is what it is. Let's see what else. PTPI, that'll be the last one because that's only like a $5 loss. PTPI, same deal. I mean, we have this nice wedge happening on the 10-minute here, right? Boom, boom. I'm buying for the break of the wedge. I'm risking the low of the wedge, and had to cut it. So again, like, none of those losses really bother me. I had a plan. I cut when I had to cut. And yeah, that's it. And that's how I've really been altering the strategy. I mean, it's $5 risk. I'm risking wide, so I'm giving it lots of room to work, and I'm just keeping my hands off of it. A lot of those sells on those losses, those are hard stops. I'm not forcing myself to cut. It just does it automatically, and I just kind of leave it alone. And then I'm trying to piece out on the winners as I have money to get to take. Which I guess you could say I should have done on SOPA, when I had money to take here, when I had $2 a share of a profit to take, I should have maybe taken a little bit, but it was only 5 shares, so it's like, anyway, just some in the moment thoughts, right? So that's the day trading account. The options swing account ended about up around $800. I mentioned in the Sunday night watch list that I had an open position on Rivian that I had taken out on Friday, which I did close on Monday on the break to new lows. I'm going to turn off after hours on this. I just think it's a little bit easier to see. And then we'll go ahead and pull up the Robinhood so you can see 816 on the week, and then I'll show you the transactions just because I like to be transparent with you guys. Here we go. Boom. You can see I bought 95 puts here. This is my open position I was mentioning in the video. And then when it broke through and retested 100, I took another 2 contracts out at 100, and then I sold both on the 20th respectively for a nice little win there. And then the other ones I took was Disney and AMD. Disney will pull up here. A nice reversal setup. I still think this is in play, so if you made it to the end of the video, you're getting a little something something. I think this is now in play again over the break over 140. I did take this the day before on this trend break. Got in a little bit early though, so not the best, but you can see here, I'll show the transactions. Here we go. Buy 5 contracts at 209, sell 5 contracts at 225. So there was that. Nice small win. Didn't take enough of it, to be fair. Like, I rode this and got rid of it right here when it started to fall back into the 514 EMA cloud. And then we'll go into AMD. I also think this could still be in play. This is off its highs in the 160s and had this nice reversal setting up, put in a higher low, had this nice trend break lining up, higher low here on the 10-minute. And so I took this in the morning after this first 10 minutes happened on the dip to test the trend line. We'll pull up AMD. This is going to be a little bit messier because I scaled into this one, so it's not going to look so clean. But we'll show you the transactions here. Boom, buy, 210, 207, 210, 213. I wanted to get about a little over 1,000. I try to do about like 1,000-ish, or a little over. Not 2,000 sometimes if it's like ultra high, like on Rivian. But anyway, so I got that in, and then here are my sells at 278, 5 contracts, and that would have been right around this dip into the EMA clouds. So I didn't sell when I could have at 149, which would have been considerably better. Here, this was, 800 in a day, right? So as opposed to like 500 in a day. So I definitely let that grind back on me a little bit. I should probably scale out of these trades a little bit more, but that's okay. Still is what it is. So that means overall between the two accounts up about $900 on the week. So can't be mad at that whatsoever. I am going to be sharing more of the option swing account, considering I've been talking about the large cap ideas. I talk about taking them, so I might as well just show the account, keep that transparency going. And yeah, so we got one more week of trading left for the day trading account. My goal is to keep it in the green, have another good week, and then for January I'll increase my risk to either $7 or $10 risk, and then see if we can put up a profitable January. In the meantime, I'll continue to play the options relatively conservatively, risking about 10-ish% of the account at any given time on trade, and I'll share those ideas as I have them. And of course, I'll get back to my regular posting of the top percent gainer scans in the morning and the option swing ideas as I get them. So thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, please hit the like button. You obviously liked the video. You made it to the end, so might as well give it a little bit of a tap. Helps out for the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing and let me know in the comments down below what other types of content you want to see from this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'm Aubrey Trades. I'll see you in the next video.